Hi guys, my name is Adelina and I go by Addie. Thanks for coming back to check out a video. If this is your first time here, welcome. Hi, my name is Addie and I have an issue with hoarding makeup and never using it. Lipsticks being one of the biggest offenders. Today I am filming my intro for lip service. This is a PANtastic ladies collaboration and it was created by Jessica Lee and Amanda. I've realized that in almost every video I've said my husband got this for me, or my husband gave me this, or it came from my husband. And that would be because we kind of lived a quarantine lifestyle before quarantine was a thing. My daughter's immune system is basically non-existent, so she's been homeschooled since 2019, and her and I leave the house as little as possible. So my husband goes and gets me treats sometimes, and he's bought me lipsticks and liners and eyeshadow palettes, and I used to only do my makeup like once or twice a month. So I have a lot, and I have a lot that I've not used enough to know whether or not I like it. I wanted to use this project as a usage goal project because I need to focus in on figuring out which lipsticks suit my skin tone, which ones look good in the summer, which ones look good in the winter, which ones I just need to pass on. So I started by choosing 2 lip liners and 3 lipsticks for this round, with a goal of 10 uses each. And I'm currently painting a lipstick in my That's Expensive project, and I'm also painting a mini lip gloss in my Turn and Burn. When I originally pulled products for this project, I had included an e.l.f. lip liner in Natural, and I realized before filming that this is the oldest lip liner I have in my collection, and I've been using it a ton because I just need to use it and get it out. There's no keeping this for another year to decide whether I like it or not. I've made so much progress on it over the last 2 weeks that at this point there's no point in putting it in to begin with, because this was full and it's now to here. That this little nubbin's not going to be here in a couple weeks. So I chose to pan this silently in the background. I guess not so silently anymore because you know about it. So I chose 2 different lip liners to put in this project, which are my Wet n Wild Perfect Pout in Lay Down The Mauves. It's been used, but not abused. I also chose a LA Colors Lip Contour. It was a dual-sided product that had a lipstick on one side and a liner on the other side. My filler part broke off and that's gone. It got lost. But the liner side looks like this. This is the color Sink. It's a deep plummy burgundy color. I also chose my Wet n Wild lipstick in Close Off. Again, it's been used some, but not abused. My L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in Eva's Nude. It was the darkest nude that they carry. It's also what I'm wearing on my lips with my Burt's Bees in the center. That Burt's Bees lipstick is way too light for me. And the last lipstick that I chose to bring in for this month and the 10 use goal is my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Rome. This still dark packaging, there's no bubbles. I think I might have used this 3 times before. And this is the darkest lipstick, except for that liner, that I have in this month's round. So I'll show you swatches of my 3 lip liners, my 2 regular lipsticks, my matte lipstick, and the lipstick that I have in my That's Expensive project, and the gloss that I have in my Turn and Burn. first I was only going to count a use if I used that lip product on its own, except for lip liners, because they obviously go with something else. But I've been tracking what I'm mixing together. I haven't been tracking reapplications. Some of them, like the Burt's Bees lipstick and the Wet n Wild, need to be reapplied multiple times a day because I talk, I drink. The gloss is either very opaque or disappears within 5 minutes, so that's a reapply item. And I haven't been tracking how many times I put those things on per day, but I do track how many days I wear it. I've used my Burt's Bees lipstick from That's Expensive as a cream blush, and I'm keeping track of how many times I use it as a lipstick and how many times I use it as a blush. The colors that I have in this project I don't think will work as a cream blush for me because they're either more of a glossy type lipstick or the deep liquid lipstick. So that's not an option for these products. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye. So I mentioned that my daughter is homeschooled, and last year I decided that I wanted to learn Italian. So I downloaded Duolingo. Now, I always thought that my grandmother knew Italian. I thought that she was actually born in Italy and came over, and I found out that she was born in the US and her mother was extremely upset. The woman that I'm named after was extremely upset because she didn't learn Italian and she didn't teach my mother or her siblings Italian. But I remember her getting phone calls like twice a year from Italy and speaking Italian on the phone. So I always thought that she knew. So I thought that I was like learning my heritage, or, you know, I thought that I would be making my grandmother proud by learning Italian. Now, my daughter, because she's autistic, didn't start speaking consistently until she was 7. And what I mean by that is when she was little, she would speak like random Spanish phrases, and my husband had no idea what she was talking about. I took like 1 year of Latin, 1 year of French, and 1 year of Spanish in high school. So we were out one day, and she was holding onto my shirt because I was carrying her, and she would yank one side and then the other and go, "Bailar, mommy, bailar." And my husband didn't know what she meant, and I said, she wants to dance. She wants me to dance with her. So I'm, you know, holding her and rocking side by side, or side to side, and she was happy and fine. But it was hilarious because none of us speak Spanish. She didn't even watch Dora at the time. So we don't know how she knew that. So when I started learning Italian, it was just for me, but she's with me all the time. So she started repeating it verbatim. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is something we're going to do together. So she enjoys it. She loves it. It's now part of her school plan. She's very mischievous. She loves to make people laugh, to scare people. She's already a little creepy because she doesn't get social cues because she's autistic, but she also doesn't get social cues because she's blind. And yet somehow her facial expressions are dead on. I don't know how to explain it. But I'll put a picture up here because I love her to death, but she's already got this creep factor, and she very much looks like Linda Blair. Like, cute Linda Blair, but still, we all know how that turned out. So, since she was younger, I would say, 8 or 9, she started talking in what we call her demon voice. And it started because her adenoids had actually grown to the point where they were blocking 80% of her airway. We didn't know it at the time, obviously. And her throat would hurt all the time. So she would talk in this very rough, gruffy voice. And she realized that it creeped people out, which then it became the funniest thing ever, and she would do it all the time. So I would mention that my daughter has people that come to work with her at the house, and the person that was working with her was sitting at the table with my daughter, and my daughter kept talking in this demon voice, and the aide was like having none of it. She wouldn't respond to her. And I had to go upstairs to go to the bathroom, and the aide had said, well, don't leave me alone with her, jokingly, and I swear there's something wrong with me. As I was headed up the stairs, I was like, don't start levitating until I get back downstairs. So I go to the bathroom and I'm coming down the steps, and when I get downstairs, the aide is standing by the door to my house, ready to run. And I asked her what happened, and here, when I went upstairs, my daughter turned towards the aide and went, and the aide didn't respond, so she turned herself normal, and she turned her head again and went, and she waited, and the aide didn't respond, so she sat back up, and in her normal voice said, "She heard you." And then turned towards this aide, and in her loudest demon voice ever, went, "Lo so quiero." Now the aide, not knowing what she said, thought that she had been cursed from beyond the grave and that she was never going to live a normal life again. And when she told me what she said, I started laughing, and I was like, no, you're fine. It literally means the sugar. Fun times. Fun times. Bye, guys.